All right, everyone, welcome to the Pokeshop BST Podcast episode 20. We are joined, as always, with Woody, the owner of the Pokeshop and Missing No Games, and Goosephone, Pokemon expert extraordinaire. And my name is Homerow, and we always start with the news, except for this time, it's editor Homerow the whole time. We had a mic malfunction. One of the mics just wasn't on, so you get editor Homerow the whole time, and I'm going to walk you through the Pokemon Asia Championship Series. The Philippines Premier Ball League happened 4 days ago, and we are going to be taking a look at the first major tournament in the new season for the Pokemon TCG. Alright, so here is the main site for the 2025-2026 Pokemon Asia Championship Series, Path to the Pokemon World Championships. And you can see the leagues are broken down into Great Ball League, Ultra Ball, Premier Ball, and Master Ball League. We just had the Premier Ball League, and all of these things can lead you into a world invite. I think this series format explains it a little better. The Great Ball League and the Ultra Ball League are just a Swiss tournament, where the Premier Ball and Master Ball League has Swiss rounds and then goes into a top cut with single elimination. This is how Swiss works, and then these tournaments end on Swiss, and these Premier Ball and Master Ball League goes to top cut. So let's go to some footage from the tournament. And just to make myself feel a little bit better about the mic not being on for the podcast, the Premier Ball League coverage started without their mics on, so it can happen to anybody.
Let me just introduce ourselves again. This is Arwin Adriano. I'm joined by Vincent Hauson, and we are ready for everything for the Premier Ball League. Are you ready, Vincent?
I am really excited for what we'll be seeing, especially today, with
Yes.
all of the decks that are coming out. This is the start of the new season for the Asian Championship Series, and we are excited to see which decks are going to be prominent, especially now that the new season has started.
Right. If it was you, what deck do you think will take everything here?
It's going to be a toss-up between
Gardevoir.
Gardevoir, and I think, especially considering what the players have been playing yesterday, a lot of Joltik Box.
Joltik Box.
Joltik
yeah.
Box.
Personally, I like the Joltik Box together with the Goldengo.
Yeah,
I've seen a lot of those decks, not just here in the Philippines, but just watching the recently
Concluded
Worlds Championship.
Yeah.
The Goldengo with partner with the Joltik and all those lightning Pokemon, the Iron Hands EX, Pikachu EX. I think it's been a very strong combination of cards, and I hope like I've played Goldengo like as it was released. So I've been biased to Goldengo ever since. So hopefully I would love to see it at least like in the final table. I'll take the final table. It's like Goldengo at the final table, I'm happy.
I mean, there's a resurgence of the electric types, especially with the release of the recent sets, and seeing how the players adjusted with the changes coming from Worlds. It's really interesting how the local players in the Philippines have adjusted the meta. And it's going to be interesting since, as I mentioned earlier, this is the first of the season, this is the first of the region, and we're going to see how players would be adjusting.
Right.
Here are the tournament prizes. This is a participation prize, Budew, featuring the Premier Ball League stamp. So just for participating, you do get the Premier Ball League stamped Budew. There is also a top 4 prize, which includes a plaque for top 4, different plaque for a finalist, and the gold plaque for the champion of trophy. And the top 4 also will receive the Team Rocket's Mewtwo EX Premier Ball League stamped card. So that's only 4 of those cards in existence, I believe. And there's also a judge stamp Budew, which they didn't show on stream, but the judges also get a special judge stamp Budew. I've been looking high and low for deck lists, and I cannot find any, unfortunately, so we're just gonna have to look at each matchup just to see what the matchups are like. The tournament format is actually really important here. It's best of one single elimination. So I think that definitely could impact which deck you want to bring, since you only get one chance to win. But in the end, the meta is pretty diverse here at this tournament, and just in general in the Pokemon TCG right now. Pretty diverse meta, and really it feels like if you're playing something you enjoy, there's a lot of decks that have a chance. But this tournament meta, this tournament structure, is very unique. Best of one, single elimination. So you got to bring something that has a shot to win on the first game. So here we see Applin, Festival Grounds versus Grimmsnarl and
Pest side. What do you think about that, Vincent? Did you expect this outcome, actually?
I mean, at first I thought that Festival Lead would win, but then I was told earlier that as long as I mentioned earlier, that the Grimmsnarl player knows the key cog in the strategy for the Festival Lead, he's going to win.
Now jumping to top 32, we have Raging Bolt versus a Cerulege EX deck, and we see the Brilliant Blender A-Spec in play from the Cerulege deck. I just played against a Brilliant Blender pure Gardevoir deck twice in a row last night on the ladder, and it beat me handily. So Brilliant Blender, really underrated A-Spec.
Billy, why not the River Room?
Yes, boss.
There is the boss's orders,
Oh
and
my
that
God,
is
that's
game
for Miguel and the
for
Cerulege.
Miguel Hayakawa. Again, Vincent Hausen is both ashamed
And very happy that the Cerulege is doing so well.
Okay.
So yeah, one of the casters had said that when he saw the Cerulege deck that he is ashamed that he gave up on the deck because it's doing really well at this tournament. Here we are in round 16. We have Goldango with Scyther and Monkey Dory up against a Charizard deck, and anytime Goldango is up against Charizard, it is an uphill battle.
He needs 3 cards.
He
Dusknoir.
Dusknoir.
He needs Dusknoir, Charizard, and the Briar.
Yeah.
There's the Ultra Ball.
Okay, there's the Ultra
He
Ball.
has 2 Ultra Balls in the hand. I think this is Ryan's game.
This is Ryan's game. Let's see. Okay, he has a Charizard.
There's the Charizard. There's Infernal Rain.
Infernal Rain.
Okay. And then he needs to. You don't have to shuffle your deck. Play the other Ultra Ball.
Okay.
Briar. There's the Briar.
And
there's the
then,
Dusknoir. Congratulations,
well played from Ryan.
Ryan Manang kill.
So while Goldango struggles to have a comeback strategy, Charizard excels at that, especially with a Dusknoir build, and is able to get a huge multi-prize knockout right at the end. Going into the top 8, we have a Goldango Joltik deck versus a Raging Bolt deck. The Goldango Joltik deck had a really rough start.
Of course, we are seeing Deja Vu, as
Deja Vu.
mentioned.
Prime Catcher
Prime
to the
Catcher.
Pikachu EX, and then we have an Energy Switch.
And then knocked out for the...
No, he still has. Did he not use Till Mask?
No, he did not use Till Dance.
So we see a little bit of a misplay here due to nerves probably. No Teal Dance, but doesn't really matter. The Slitherwing's able to knock out Pikachu through Resolute Heart at the upkeep step with the burn damage. And Raging Bolt is looking really solid at this tournament. It is agile, it swings super hard, draws cards, has the Jewel Search, so it's looking really good.
There is Energy Retrieval. That is game.
That is game.
So here we are in round 4 with both of these decks having blazing fast starts, which I think is a necessity in a best of one single elimination format. The Iron Hands has been able to take double prizes with Ampy very much attacks, and the Gardevoir deck was able to set up really fast with back-to-back TM evolution turns, taking 2 Ralts into 2 Kirlias and both of those into double Gardevoirs. There's a lot of damage over on the Iron Hand side, but a lot of prizes taken by David Glenn Bantuk.
It's going to be problematic for him, especially now.
And here in a critical moment, we see the Picnic Basket getting the Pheasantipity out of range of the Monkey Dory's Adrenabrain. So this game goes to time in the round. We're in the new rules where once time in the round is called, the players whose active turn it is finishes their turn, and then the other player gets 1 turn, and that's the end of the game. In this format, player who has taken the most prizes wins the game. And David Glenn Bontug is going to take this game on prizes. Gideon won't be able to secure any knockouts during his single turn after time in the round. Turn will pass back to David Glenn Bontug, and he will be able to just pass the turn and win on prizes. It was very intense, very confusing. The casters didn't know what was going on, but that is what happened.
Yeah, I think.
Must have been a concession.
Yeah, it's
or
Gideon.
something.
No, it's Glenn. It's David.
How?
You know, I think it's a price. It's a price count. Glenn won with the price count since it's 2.
No, Gideon won with the price count.
No, Glenn. David.
Oh, David.
David won with the price count because right now it's 2 and 3, and then in the next turn, if even if Gideon knocked.
So they get very confused. Gideon won't be able to knock out any of these Pokemon with any of the cards in his hand. He can't switch anything to secure a knockout. So that's what happened. And we have made it to the final round. David Glenbon-Tug versus Harrison De La Cruz Jr. And this is the first time we get to see deck lists during this tournament. Here we see the Goldango Joltik deck from David Glenbon-Tug. The one of Picnic Basket got him to the finals against the Gardevoir Monkey Dory deck, but it's not going to do much good against the Raging Bolt deck on the other side of the board. And here we have the Raging Bolt deck from Harrison De La Cruz Jr. with a couple interesting tech cards. The Slitherwing to knock out Pikachu through Resolute Heart during the checkup phase with the burn damage, and the Chanpao, which I believe most likely is used to discard your own area 0 underdepths and be able to get Pokemon that have damage off the board and out of harm's way from a Monkey Dory or Screamtail attack. And I guess you could also just play the Chanpao in order to discard a different problematic stadium card on the opponent's side of things. Here we get our first look at the prizes during the early stages of the game, and you can see 3 of the 4 lightning energy in the prizes from the Joltik Goldango deck. And in America, it is common for players to take prizes from the bottom up, but that is not the case in every part of the world, so this could be very problematic during this game. And on the other side, you can see the Squawkabilly in the prizes, which is way better in the early stages of the game, and 2 Professor Sada's Vitality. So the prize situation for both of these decks looking a little sketch. So let's jump into the action and let the finals play out from here. You can see that the Teal Mask Ogre Pond deck has had a much better start than the Joltik Goldango deck, and we're going to see the first big play of the game with an early Prime Catcher pulling out the Miraidon, securing the first knockout of the game, further slowing the progression of the Joltik Goldango deck.
Unit's going to be integral with Glenn's build since he brings out the other electric Pokemon that he needs to be able to put out.
Right. That doesn't really matter too much right now because Glenn does want to Jolting Charge this turn again. He got one Sada. Okay.
This is and then the one Gimme Goal is in the
Top
prize.
deck Arven. What's he gonna Arven for? He does not have a Miraidon.
Maybe
Earthen Vessel. And he's gonna get a
probably Bravery Charm.
Bravery Charm. Bravery Charm doesn't help that much because he will still Harrison will still need 4 energy cards to knock out the Iron Hands either way.
He has it in his hand.
And he has it in his hand. Okay. There goes the Picnic Basket.
The Picnic Basket.
Alright. Just get... He probably already knows that he has 3 Lightning Energies prized.
It's going to be... he knows...
It's gonna be a Metal. Just get 2 Metal Energies. You don't want the Grass Energy. Is he just finding out now?
No, he was...
He did that earlier already, right?
He was price checking a while ago.
Right.
So he knows for a fact that he needs to knock out either the Noctows with the Iron Hands, or he knocks out the what do you call this? The Raging Bolt. But he doesn't have a way to do it because there we go. Where's the Pikachu? Oh no! Arvin!
Wait, there's no more Prime Catcher. No more Prime Catcher. No more Prime Catcher. So we're not gonna see Deja Vu. There's no more Prime Catcher.
Okay, so Glenn's going to
Jolting Charge.
Jolting Charge. I guess
and
to the Pikachu.
This will also tell no. Do it on the Iron Hands.
Let's see.
Pikachu.
Oh no, I think it's going to be on the Iron Hands.
Iron Hands.
Iron Hands.
And this will also tell Harrison that This guy priced 3 energy cards.
Oh, nope, need the Pikachu.
Wow.
Okay.
So here the casters really wanted David Glenn Bantu to put these Jolting Charge energies onto the Iron Hands to be able to maybe get a little bit more advantage with a Ampy Very Much attack, taking an extra prize card. I think David Glenn Bantu wanted to secure a knockout on any Pokemon with the Pikachu EX, having a bigger attack. So I think that's why he put the energies onto the Pikachu, to make sure that he can secure a knockout on a Raging Bolt.
Stretcher.
And then he's getting the other Raging Bolt in his hand at the moment. Now,
That's a retreat.
there we
Oh,
go.
there
Oh.
is the...
The Fan Rotom's going to slap the Joltik.
Charge the Iron Hands! Charge the Iron Hands!
He's going to slap the Joltik.
Assault Landing does 70 damage as long as there is a stadium in play. So that knocks out the Joltik. Glenn, did you not hear me telepathically communicating to you to just charge the Iron Hands EX?
Apparently, he is too pressured, I guess. Too tense. Okay. Oh, wow.
Okay.
He got the Nest Ball, probably getting the Pheasant TPT
It's
so that he
too
can
little,
use
too late.
for
Too
flipping
little,
the script.
Too late.
Will he be able to flip the script with this flip the script? That's the question at the moment, my friend.
Oh, it's looking so sad. Just look at the difference on the board. Oh, wow, I'm suffering. Okay, draw 3 cards from flip the script. Do we see anything?
He do not.
There is a metal energy.
In an Arven.
Technically, he could still get the prime catcher, but there is no way. Prime catcher and an air balloon would work.
Does he have count? No, he doesn't have a counter catcher.
No, just prime catcher. You will probably want to attack the Raging Bolt at this point, but
He has the balloon in hand. He has the balloon in hand.
right, but
Okay, Glenn.
no hair.
Okay, Glenn. Now that a while ago we were telling you to pick from the top, now Glenn, pick from the bottom, please.
Well,
There we go.
there is that.
Pick from
air
the
balloon.
bottom. Pick from the prices in the bottom, Glenn.
Yeah. At this point, he doesn't really have to, but okay. Okay, targeting the
that's the
Raging
smart
Bolt.
move at the moment.
Retreat the Pheasant Deputy EX.
That's a smart move at the
And
moment.
then attack using Topaz Bolt. Which cards do you discard though?
There we go.
Do not discard the lightning energy. That's the only lightning. Well, unless you take from the bottom, you will see 2.
I actually think there's a world where you do discard the lightning because you know all your lightning are in your prizes. You have a 0% chance of drawing it from your deck. You do need to pull it from your prizes right now, but you have a 0% chance of drawing it from your deck, and you need those other colors on the Pikachu. Could go either way. That's a pretty tough call, but either way, it's just a really rough start for the Joltik Goldango deck.
Harrison still
Ahead.
has the upper hand,
Still ahead.
right?
I think this
What?
at
I've just been sighing hog the whole day. I'm so sorry.
this point he's going to put down. He's highly likely to put down the Raging Bolt and then use the Night Stretcher to get another Raging Bolt. And I think he used all of his Sadas at the moment.
Like, he doesn't even have to play the Raging Bolt. He can play the... You'll want the Slitherwing this time.
So here we have a really interesting play. He Night Stretchers, puts a fighting energy with the Night Stretcher onto the board, and then changes his mind. So again, leave a comment if you know the rules on that. If you can change your mind after you've pulled something out of the deck and switched it. The announcers also really wanted him to play the Slitherwing, in which case you want to play the fighting energy off the Night Stretcher and then play find a Slitherwing, because I don't think he has it in his hand and it's not in the discard pile to fetch. So I think he's just using what is available rather than hoping to dig for the Slitherwing, because I don't see it in his hand here.
That's not in his discard pile, but he has an Ultra Ball in hand.
And here the casters are going to say that they thought he had an Ultra Ball to find Slitherwing in hand, but he drew that after his bench was already full, so that option's not available. And we're going to see Fan Rotom punched the Pikachu to get it out of Resolute Heart.
Maybe we see an assault landing.
Another assault landing. Okay.
It's an assault landing. And there is an energy attachment to the other Raging Bolt. The fighting energy to the Raging Bolt. You see assault landing.
The
Land
Fan Rotom.
70 HP.
The Fan
Come
Rotom.
on, Glenn. We
the
need a
Fan-
miracle. Oh, it's a top deck Latias EX.
The Fan Rotom is doing the Lord's work.
And he can't play Flip the Script because there was no knockout.
Okay.
This is the only thing he can play. Arven. He's probably gonna get a Buddy Poffin. If it's not a Buddy Poffin, I don't know what he's gonna play. It's probably gonna be a Poffin, right?
Yeah, it's gonna be a Puffin. He should have pivoted a while ago.
But yeah, he didn't have a chance to get any gimme goals earlier anyway. So we can't really say anything about his earlier plays aside from that. So we're gonna see a couple of gimme goals.
That Fan Rotom's doing the Lord's work for today. Knocking out the Joltik and now damaging the Pikachu, which is now susceptible to an
Actual
attack.
knockout.
To an
Yes.
actual knockout attack with the Resolute Heart.
Now the thing is, do you retreat this Pikachu or do you just leave it there?
Do you offer it a sacrifice or do you not?
That was just another moment where I've heard that the tables that they play the official feature matches on are really hard to pick the cards up off of, so I'm not sure what they can do about that, but if they could make them out of playmat material, that seems like the natural thing to do. Maybe they find it's not durable enough to travel and set up at all the tournaments, but you can see him have to pull the deck all the way over, and I've heard that from casters, that the table itself is hard to pick cards up off of, so that's a very interesting move from Pokemon at this moment.
It's highly
No,
likely.
it's highly likely. It's like 95% good. Unless a miracle happens, this is already Harrison's game.
And then Glenn doesn't run any interrupts. If he did, I think that's the only way for him to be able to catch up with an interrupt with an Yono or a judge.
Yeah.
But he doesn't run any of them at the moment. Or at the build that he's using right now.
Yeah, it's just so sad. Oh no.
Say goodbye to your Pikachu.
There's the Pikachu into the discard pile.
And then
So there's
Harrison
one last
just
Ultra
won.
Ball as the prize card for Harrison de la Cruz Jr. Let's see what's gonna happen here. Glenn is probably gonna just evolve those gimme ghouls, but again, it's too little too late. There's not much you can do except to concede perhaps. So coin bonus for 2. We see the metal energy there.
One thing that I'm thinking during this whole tournament is that Air Balloon has been making decks feel really agile, and I really like having Air Balloon in the format. And another thing on my mind during this tournament is that we are going to have bosses orders through rotation, and it just feels like one of the best cards to have in any deck, to have the interaction of bosses orders. It's not relevant right at this moment, but bosses orders for a whole nother rotation. We do get a big knockout, but into a concession here. So congratulations to Harrison de la Cruz Jr. on taking down the Premier Ball League Championship round. And please let me know what you think about these breakdowns. I don't have a webcam set up right now. I'm in the moving process. And once I'm all moved, I'll try to get a webcam set up. If you enjoy these kind of breakdowns, please let me know in the comments. Please subscribe for the next episode of the Pokeshop BST podcast, which will be another special episode filmed with Woody and Goose, and I'll make sure to have the microphones set up correctly. This tournament had a lot of growing pains, so I hope that if anything, as a viewer, you can take away that the podcast had growing pains this week, and the official Pokemon broadcast had some growing pains as well. So if you are in the creative process, just take it day by day, week by week, and keep creating things.